Hey, I want to show you guys how this Carrera track planner works. This is called the auto run bond planner, they call it. You can get these at Carrera slots. You download them on your computer. So when you fire it up, it looks like this. You hit the start button and it'll go to that right there. You can see the different tracks you want to choose from. The digital 124, the digital 132, Evolution, digital 143. Down here you got Carrera Go. I'm gonna go with the digital 124. We click that on. You can see it pops up like that down here on the bottom. You got your track pieces. You got your straights right here. You can pop that one up. You can see right there it says standard straight, and it says third straight. These are all straight pieces, quarter straight, and then you got a lane change section here. You can see that right there. And so it shows you what they look like. That's a standard. That even though that goes on a Carrera digital track, that's an analog track that you can put on there. Same thing with the narrow section like that. Then you move over to this one here, and it says digital. You click that one on, and then it pulls up the digital pieces. Black box. That's the older one. The control unit that we use for the digital. The lap counter. Starlight bridge. The double lane section, you can see that. And if you scroll down, you just scroll down and you can see the rest of them down here to go to lane change section left, lane change section right. See that one? And you just keep scrolling down and it'll go to the next ones. You keep scrolling down here and you go to single lane, you go to pit stop here where it goes to pit stop. So that's how those work. Over here to the next one, this one's the curves. So you got the curves there. The first one up here is a 160. And then this one here is 130, 230, 330, 415. You can slide that down, roll that down. It gives you all of them in there. Then you click it on, you can see how it turns, how it'll be going that way to the right, the 160, or we'll go that way to the left, the 160. Same thing with all of them. If you go to the left, 230, or to the right, when you move it over like that, the track will adjust. The next one over here is the high bank curves. You click that one on. Same thing pulls up with them. You got the 130 high bank curve here to the right. You got the 230 to the right like that. 330 would be like that. That's what I have, 330 that I use a lot of times on my long straight right there. You can see how that, and then if you wanted to go to the left, how it would look like if you were going that way. So you got your high banks there. And you come over to the next one. Next one is shoulders. Okay, that's like the borders for the track. So they got the straight one there, the straight border. And then if you slide it down, you see how you can get the end borders pop up. Some more of the ends, some different kind of end borders. Here's the kind that you use to put on your straight coming out of the high bank, that one there. Okay, and then the next one over here, you go to this one over here, and this is track info. This is like how long the track is. So let me see if I can move that over there so I can get it a little bit. Okay, so this is like this would be lane 1 right here, and it show how long it is here and the length of it. If you had lane 2, 2 lanes, 3 lanes, 4 lanes, you can run whatever you want on these. So what you do is to get started now, you want to see what you want to do. Up at the top here, there's a grid where you can see the grid. I can't show it to you right now. I'll show it to you later when I show you some of the top ones that you can use. Well, you know what? Why don't we take a look right now up here? We'll take a quick look up here. Okay. So up here, you can see all the stuff up here, right here. This is like for a file, a new file. Right here, you got open up the folder, so you can open up some of your old folders right here. Here's where you can save them at, right up here in the top. This one here is if you want to print out your track. You can see that one there, you print out there. The next one is to activate the change mode. That's for at the end of the track. I'll show you how that one works. Here, this one you use a lot is the deleted object. So if you put a piece of track up, you don't like it, you just hit that one, it clears it out. This one brings up the front of the track, sends it to the back. It's kind of hard to explain until I show it to you. Transparency, so it makes the track transparent so you can see through it. Here's the grid. A lot of times I put this one on, so when you're setting up the track, you can see that, so you can see the grid. When you're setting down, we'll leave that on. The one next to it is a center view, which centers it. You can do that when you put the track on center part. Over here, you can insert the text right there. You can see that. So up there, that's where you put in a text message. You put that on. And here, you can insert a driver onto the track, or as many drivers as you want on the track, so you can see what it looks like with the drivers in there. Here, you do the power feeds, where you put them in there. You click that, and it'll put your power feeds in it, depending on how far you want to put them. Over here, you got the undo, so you can undo it. This one here is to smooth the track out. So when you get to the end and you're getting ready to put it together, you hit that one, and if it says that it's smooth, then that means the track will go together good. If not, it'll tell you that it's not, so you'll have to readjust it at the end to make sure it goes in. Same thing with complete track. Right here, you can take a screenshot of it right there. You see how it drops down to a screen. So if you had your track up there, you take the screenshot so you can save it. Remember, this is the 2D one now. Then you'll send it over to the 3D after you're done with this. So we'll go ahead and pull these back up again, down at the bottom. Get them all up there so we can see them. Try to get this where we can see it. Okay. And then, so what we do is we'll hit new track at the top. So, and then what we'll do is we'll hit a straight here. We'll show how you do it. So if you want to run some straights, usually you gotta, you know how big of a. We'll hit the grid, so it shows the grid for us again. That way you can see the grid. Okay, now, so you put your track on there. Usually, like I usually set it in my living room a lot. I have about a 20 by 12 foot area, so I know in a 20-foot space I can run about 15 straights and then do a high bag, depending on how long. So on this one, we're gonna run about. We'll do the same thing. We'll run about maybe about 12 straights first to start with. So what you do is you just press it one. Just click it on there, standard straight, see how that works too. And then if you want to, you could add it as you're going, or you can take out your other sections and put in your pieces as you're going. Like right now, I could put in, say I want to go with the control unit right about there. So what I'll do is I'll go over here to this one, the digital one display here. Right here where it says control unit. And if I click that on, there you go. I got my control unit on there. So, and then you go over here to standard straight. You can run some straights over here, and then what you do, if you can grab the track like this and just pull it and move it around like that, see how you can do that? So that way you can move it down. And then if you got it, then put it on the track, and if you take your mouse and you just turn it like that with your mouse, with the little roller on it, your mouse, you just take that and it makes it smaller and bigger like that. See how it does that? So what we want to do is make it a little smaller so we can get enough pieces in there. So like say, then we'll go back here. So now if he's kept it here, if I hit one over here, we come up there on this end of the track because we got that blue one highlighted. So we go over back here, highlight the blue over here. Now say if we wanted to do, say you wanted to put in a lane change, you go down to here where your digitals are. You see where it says right here, double lane change. You can see how it pops up there. So if I wanted to put that in, boom, pop it on. I got my double lane change, comes right up in there, okay? Then so after that, we might want to go another straight. Then maybe over here, we might want to do, say the narrow section here is kind of like a chicane here type thing. You know, you could put that on right there. Another straight, so make it a little bit smaller so you can see it. Okay, so there's you got your long straight, so you'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's about as many as I could put on for about a 20-foot straight. So then what I could do, now you want to see what you want to do. Normally what I would want to do is I want to take up as much room in my living room as I can around your track with track. You know, some guys want a lot of flow, this and that, but I want to use up all the area I can. So what I'll do, and depending on who you got racing, you know, if you got some people that aren't experienced much, you might want to use more high banks and stuff in your track if you got them. That way it's, you know, it's easier for them to stay. So what I do is I'll put a high bank on, and I'll go like just with 3 pieces though. See, if I just do 3, then I'm heading straight out that way. So I can just, you know, put my straights out, go that way with it. If you want to go erase them, you just go to the back where I told you where it says delete. You just click that on and it will automatically just go back like that. So if you wanted to continue with your high bank, okay, that was regular 330 curve by putting there anyway. So let me go over here. Okay, let's get the high bank one out here. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I did 6, I'd have a continuous circle, you know, come back like you normally do, like I do on a lot of my high bank tracks, and you could just continue like that with your straights and whatever you wanted to put in there after that. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to go, and at the top here, also at the top, it says view at the top here. If you just click that on, it'll pull down a bar. It says color codes and stuff on it. You click that on, and that way you can see the color codes of the track that you're going to put on there, so you can see them. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go back into the top to the delete, and just click that and delete those off, because I don't want it to go that way. So I'm going to go back to the straights. Now up here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I can go about maybe 3, 4 before, you know, to get in that 12-foot spare. That's about it if I want to do it. And then what I'll do is we'll pull the track down here so we can see it, bring it down here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll make it smaller so we can bring it, see it. We don't want to go that small. We want to be able to see it. We'll go get it to where you can, you know, get it on there and see it. So I want you guys to be able to see when I do the top though. So we'll bring it over here. Okay, so now I'm up over here. Now I want to come across again. I'll bring that high bank over again, that 330 high bank again, and bring it around like that. So that way you can jam it down the straight here into the high bank, come across here into another high bank. You don't have to worry about coming off the tracks. And then you go into some straights, couple straights like that. Okay, and then you go over here to your lane check section again. You see this where I'm sliding it down, and you can scroll down. You see I'm doing that, scrolling down the lane change section right. See at the top here where that one went? Like that. We'll try to make this one a little bit bigger and get it in there where we can still see it. Okay, like that. So you got your lane check section here from the left to right, and there's your curve section. So this is lane check. So we'll just go like this one here where it makes it go down the lane change section there. So we click that one on. You can see that track there, right there, went in there, that blue one. So then we'll do a straight after that. And then you can see how you got your lane section in there now. So we'll do a couple of straights. Maybe we'll throw in like a little 230 curve here and another little 230, and then come back this way with one. Maybe like that type. And then maybe with a straight like that. Then maybe another 230. Then you can straighten it out. You can do whatever you want. You go over here now. You go to the 160 maybe here. Remember, it's a little bit tighter curve here. You can do something like that with the 160. You don't have to do them all though. So you can go like, you could do two 160s, and then maybe do a 330, and then maybe do a 230 after that, and then maybe another 160, and you know, a 415. You know, you can do whatever you want. So you can stick them in there however you want. Then we'll bring it back around this way because I want it to come back. I want to get as much use as I can out of my floor. You got to have enough track though, depending on, you know, how much track you got. So then right there, maybe we might want to go with another lane change section. We'll do another double there. See how you got the double one right there, one double. Then we'll go into another straight there. Then we'll go into like a 330 like that. Then we'll go into another, see that's a third straight. We don't want that, so I'll go back and take that out at the top, delete that. Then we'll go into a straight here, straight. Now if you want to put a lane change curve, they got those right down here. You just slide it down here. You see where all this stuff is? So if you want to go down curve this way, so you put it in there, and then maybe a straight, and then maybe gotta leave room for the border. Remember, you don't have to put border on the track, so you always, if you're gonna put border all the way around, a lot of guys don't, but if you do, you gotta make sure you leave enough room for the border. If you don't, you just put it on in the straight. So here we'll go into like a 360, where I can come back around like that into another straight like that. And then if you want to do another curve, so it's got the curve in there right there going the other way, so you can do it either way. See, that one's there, that one's like that. Go into another straight. And then like if you were putting your pit, you have to leave room for your pit. If you want to put your pit in here, I'll show you how to do that. So then you come out here maybe with another 160 out this way, another straight like that, another straight. Do a 230 here, 230, maybe do another 230, just kind of, you know, a little bit of zigzag design. Run a 330 out like that. We do a couple straights. Now usually, like I say, if I was doing this 15, I wouldn't be able to go out here past 20 feet, but since I'm just showing you, I'd be able to go out right about here, about as far as we're going. So then you have to end up making the track connect when you're coming back. So what you do is you'll try to figure out what it is. You say 160 maybe, and then maybe 230, and then maybe a straight, and then maybe a 160, and then a 230 like that. See how you're getting it to come together like that? Then maybe a 415, so you got it like that. Move it up a little bit so you can see how it's coming together down here. So it's got to come together though. So you want it to come together. So what you might have to do, you might have to adjust a little bit. So you're saying, see how it's missing off a little bit like that. So right here, if I move it right here and I put that track on, see if I put like a quarter, go over here to maybe a quarter straight. See how that almost lines up straight? What if I go a third straight? See how that pushed it up higher and almost made that to where it's coming across straight there. It's pretty close now. Now you can go over here to a third straight, go over here, back to this one, and hit a third straight here. And see how it's almost connected there, right there. And what you do is you go to the top up here where I was showing you. Let me go up there real quick. Go up here, and you click on this one right here where it says smooth track, and it said the track cannot be smooth because it's off. The offset is 200 at the big there. You can see it's offset there. So you just hit cancel, and then you just try to figure out how you can get it to come in there. So what I'll do is I probably would just take some of this track, and I would just delete it. You know, maybe just delete it here or something, and just change up the design a little bit instead of maybe having coming out there. Maybe I have it. I take that one out there. And we'll run a straight like that. Another straight. You see what I mean, though, and you can do whatever you want. You know, you can do a 330. You can drop a 230 in there. Another 230. So you're getting it to come around like that. And there, if I go 230, it's too much. If you go for 450, so what I have to do is, so anyways, that's how you work with it and try to get it to come out right. You know, after a while, you end up figuring out, you know, what you can do with it. It's pretty simple, really. You'll figure it out exactly how to do it, how to get it there to the end. Just let me do an easier one that's easier for me to connect. So if I was coming off here, probably. Okay, so come around. Okay, 160, so we're off there a little bit. So you see what I'm saying? So like right here, I could put a track to extend that out maybe to like a third, and even a third more if I wanted. That way I could bring in the track in here that I need to match up with that. Like right there, that 415, and now I got it right there, so I got that opening there. What do I want to put in there? Maybe a quarter, probably a third. You can see how that sets up like that, so you got it there. And then what you do is, like I say, you go up to the top right there where it says smooth track. Boom, right there where it says smooth is not required as gap offset is within production tolerance. That means when you hit it, okay, boom, see how to bring it together there. That means you're good to go. So when you put it together, you know how to do it. Now, if you go over here and you check this out, go to the side over here, we should be able to pull up, where's my stuff over here? Okay, usually there's, so the track border, anyways, you can do it on right here if you want. What you do is if you just click it on like this, you just click it on, we'll move it up here a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so if you just take this one, you click it on, see how to take the border and just go all the way, just click it, or if you just hold, so if you just click it on like that, all the way around, it would just go all the way around for you. When you stop, it'll stop. So you can do it like that if you want. That way, especially if you're just doing adding pieces. Usually there's a section over here that pulls up on the side. Can't find it right now, no, it's not popping up, but so, and if you press that on it, it'll just do it for you. So like I say, you just hit that on like that. Go all the way around with it on the border. That's why you gotta leave room in between the tracks so the border